Starter homes didn't vanish, they moved. And in 2026 Detroit, the game flips from bidding wars to buyer leverage. Sounds great, right? But here's the catch. 86% of movers think it's a good year, while 93% still worry about money. Let that sink in. We're breaking down why optimism without strategy gets you priced out, and how modest inventory gains in places like Novi and Royal Oak, plus potential rates in the high 5s to low 6s put you in the driver's seat, if you're pre-approved and ready to pounce. Miss that window, and the sellers who finally got disciplined will pass you by. You hear rates easing and more inventory, and your brain throws a party. Finally, right? But here's the catch. A huge chunk of first-time buyers are still stuck on the bench. Not because they don't want in, because the entry door got narrower. Lenders aren't giving out gold stars for vibes, and the new starter home reality isn't what your parents bought. It's smaller, it's older, it's farther from your favorite coffee spot, or it needs a Saturday and Sunday relationship with a paint sprayer. So here's the thing. People think 2026 is a green light, yet almost everyone expects it to hurt the wallet. That paradox is the whole game. Prices aren't falling off a cliff, they're gliding. Metro Detroit ran hot into 2025, and 2026 is set for a slow 2 to 4% rise. On paper, that sounds chill. Adjust for inflation and it feels like jogging in sand. You move, but do you move forward? That's why good year to buy doesn't translate to painless. You want proof the supply story is real? Follow the cranes and dumpsters. Novi City West is adding homes and energy. Corktown's rehab wave kept rolling, and new centers sprinkling fresh listings into the diet. That's legit inventory. But it's not a flood. It's more options, not an everything must go sale. You'll see a few more doors to knock on, not clearance tags stapled to every lawn sign. Head to Macomb and the outer ring burbs, and the demand is loud. Open houses still pull a crowd. The choke point is the loan desk. Half of would-be buyers worry they won't qualify, and that's the gatekeeper that really bites. You can tour 20 houses, but the underwriter is the bouncer. Down payment help exists. Great. But the primary approval is the boss fight, and it doesn't care about your Zillow screen time. Starter homes didn't vanish. The goalposts moved 5 yards and the refs tightened the rules. You can still score. You just need a better playbook. That might mean a 1950s ranch with a tired roof, a longer commute, or a smaller footprint than your couch told you was acceptable. You're not losing. You're playing the new rules without drama. And buyers are adapting. Nearly half are cool with homes that need work. That's not panic, that's strategy. About 48% plan to use some form of assistance too. Stack renovation loans, seller concessions, or down payment help, and you turn needs updates into build equity with sweat, not just cash. It's not HGTV cute, it's practical. And it works when the price curve is stubborn. So if bidding wars cooled, where's the edge? Not in fantasy price drops. The advantage is terms, speed, and prep. Sellers list closer to reality now, and the homes that are right get traffic on day one. Your job is to be the buyer who looks like a closer. That means pre-approval in hand, a rate lock if you catch the high 5s to low 6s, and a tight list of must-haves so you can swing the moment a real listing hits. No 10-condition offer, no essay. Just clean, credible, and fast. The mini win you can bank today. Stop waiting for a crash that isn't on the schedule. Lock your numbers, sharpen your list, and be ready to pounce on a realistic price the day it posts. The thing that feels scary, moving on something that isn't perfect, is the exact move that gets you in the game while appreciation glides and inflation muddies the scoreboard. So if buyers aren't powerless anymore, what changed on the seller side? They got disciplined. If sellers aren't desperate, how do you win? Here's the twist. They've stopped fishing for moonshot prices and started listing where the market actually is. That flips your playbook. You're not trying to outscream 5 other offers anymore. You're trying to be the most believable buyer in a lane that finally exists. More inventory means fewer gladiator matches. The vibe shift shows up in expectations. Most buyers now plan to pay at or below list. That's a signal, not a fantasy. When sellers anchor to reality, the gap between ask and close becomes negotiable again through terms, timing, and clean paperwork, not by begging for a unicorn discount that makes the appraiser cry. Now tension time. Sellers still have swagger. A big slice expects full price, and a decent chunk still thinks they'll beat it. But almost all of them expect headaches and half-plan repairs before hitting the market. Translation: they're competing again, even if they won't say it out loud. When the other side is spending to look good, you push on the edges, credits, timelines, inclusions, without poking the bear on price if the list is tight. Research backs the leverage. Days on market are stretching in certain pockets, and that's where prepared buyers win. Not everywhere, but enough to matter. The trick is knowing which micro-markets are sticky and which are still hot. That's where your agent's Tuesday morning intel beats any pretty graph you saw on Instagram. Local angles matter. Royal Oak and Ferndale are holding steady. Good bones, stable demand. A little stubborn on price, but open to concessions. Novi stays strong because the amenities sell themselves, and Novi City West keeps oxygen in the pipeline. Macomb's new build corridors are pressing the older stock. You'll see longer market times on dated homes and more sellers willing to cover closing costs, toss in appliances, or fund a rate buy-down. None of this screams fire sale. It whispers opportunity. So pivot your strategy. Walk in with pre-approval and lock if you catch the high fives to low sixes. Present a clean offer with smart contingencies. Inspection, finance, appraisal. Written to reassure, not alarm. You don't need fluff or romance letters. You need clarity. An offer the listing agent can explain in 30 seconds without sweating. Here's where micro tactics pay. On a well-priced home, don't nickel and dime the list. Ask for repair credits tied to inspection findings. Same money to you, less ego hit for them. Set an inspection window that favors you. Fast scheduling, reasonable response time. So you keep leverage without spooking a seller who's already bracing for hurdles. If the house is newer or recently updated, shift to closing cost help or appliance inclusions. If it's older and lingering, push for concessions that fund actual upgrades. Watch the pattern play out. Correctly priced listings move fast. The stale ones get reductions after a few weekends of awkward silence. Don't chase stale for sport. Use stale to negotiate upgrades, credits, and timing that fits your rate lock. The goal isn't the cheapest sticker. It's the best net deal with the least risk of falling apart during underwriting or appraisal triage. Your mini payoff is simple. Speed plus clarity beats drama. The first strong, clean offer on a correctly priced home often wins without paying a premium. That's not magic. That's discipline and timing replacing chaos. You don't need a crash. You need a plan. And if the plan is dialed, the next move is obvious. Line up your financing, tighten your must-haves, and make the kind of offer that sounds like a closing date, not a TED Talk.